Yeah, hello.
Yo.
Welcome back to another episode of the I Don't Know Bro podcast.
Are we hot?
We hot.
Or are you pretending?
Nope, this is the real deal.
This is the real deal.
How you doing, mama?
Oh my gosh. I am doing okay. Doing okay. I love this weather. It is raining in the hill country of Texas. For those of you not in the hill country of Texas, I hope you're getting rain too.
For you non-meteorologists out there, it means wet coming down. Fun times. Okay, so yeah, like I said, welcome again to another episode of the I Don't Know Bro podcast, the only podcast you should ever listen to. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram at IDK Bro Podcast, and give us a call or a text at 210-420-2373. We want to hear from you guys and play some of your messages on the show. That'd be so toy.
Yeah. So there has been CNN actually has a label for it. So I know everybody is so tired and want to live outside of the coronavirus right now.
Oh yeah.
COVID-19. But I feel like we can talk about some of the things that are happening because of the coronavirus that are actually benefits. Mm-hmm. So CNN actually labeled it. I'm reading this directly from CNN, people. There's some unlikely benefits of coronavirus to the planet. So just ignore that little hiccup. So some of the benefits that have been talked about, and I guess it's kind of bringing light to the whole global warming situation going on with this world that everybody argues about. Mm-hmm. So it speaks on how in New York City the smog of the city is completely gone.
Yeah, this article that I'm looking at says researchers in New York told the BBC their early results showed carbon monoxide, mainly from cars, has been reduced nearly 50% compared to last year.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Have you ever driven up to a big city? You're driving up to downtown and it just looks cloudy. And then you get there, you really can't see it, but from afar you can see it.
Even San Antonio sometimes is like
correct. And for that to be gone, and they're talking about how the ozone is actually healing itself.
That's tight.
But it almost makes you think
still didn't keep me from getting this sick ass sunburn.
No. But it kind of makes you wonder, is the ozone like a living, breathing thing, like your lungs, right?
I mean, our entire everything is that. Like the earth in general, I feel.
Isn't that scary? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, a little bit, especially when you think about how much of a cancer human people are.
Bastards.
For real. We're destroying the Earth's one, vessel that we have to make it through space.
We are Earth's cancer.
Yes.
They bring that up kind of in that movie Godzilla. You ever seen it?
The newest one?
Yeah.
I watched it yesterday.
Yeah, and they bring it up and they say it's like when they unleash the Titans, it's like the world's white blood cells almost, right?
Yeah, basically.
It's crazy.
That movie was dope.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And that might be one of the first Godzilla movies that I've actually enjoyed since the one. I can't remember the one. I think it takes place in New York.
In the 90s? The 90s Godzilla?
Where they have the entire basketball stadium is full of eggs or whatever.
Heck yeah, bro. Everybody hated that movie, but I loved it.
I liked it.
They hated the way Godzilla looked in it. But I thought it was dope.
He looked kind of like a T-Rex, but swollen. His mouth looked like a T-Rex that got stung by a lot of bees. And his eyes were kind of small, but, it was all right.
That's hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah.
So, screw you, critics.
For real, Rotten Tomatoes can lick my dirty brown circle.
Oh, wow. But, yeah, so as far as... It's crazy, though. It's still crazy to me that... Literally in a matter of weeks, all this positive has come out of the negative of what we're having to dwell on.
Even cities like Shanghai
Right.
Like where their population is like far exceeded probably your wildest imagination. Smog is nearly gone. The canals in Italy are clear, and they've got wildlife, i.e. dolphins, returning. Apparently there's been photos posted about the Riverwalk in San Antonio, and the water's gotten a lot clearer. Which is crazy because that's a man-made river.
What's the one in Europe? The one in Europe. They haven't been able to see the bottom of this lake or river that flows through the city in decades, and now all of a sudden, they can see the bottom,
which is tight.
Yeah, it's so crazy the damage that we do to this earth daily, and they were blaming cow farts, like you know right. What I'm saying? We're blaming cow farts.
You're totally right. The crazy part about all of this is that I think you kind of get into an ethical debate about how you would carry this out, but I almost feel like we as humans should do, I wouldn't necessarily call it a lockdown, but some kind of environmental thing annually like this, where, I mean, I know you can't stop the world for 2 weeks every year, but to do something...
Why can't we?
Right. Exactly. That's my point.
Right. But 2 weeks, would 2 weeks be enough though? You know, I mean, it would make a difference on.
Definitely, it would make a difference if you were doing it regularly. Maybe maybe every 6 months. Like,
even if it's just for a day, just one day every few months.
Yeah, every quarter. There's no telling.
Yeah,
but I definitely feel like, you know, I could breathe easier. Until I started getting this weird cough and fever
it also shows the damage we're not only doing to the planet but to ourselves. I think half of the diseases, half of the problems that we have as humanity comes from humanity. We're our worst enemies. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So
it makes it so much easier to literally poison yourself when everything is so convenience based. Correct. Like eating all the trash that's available to you. So easy. You know, now people are having to cook at home. And like, oh, wow, that 10 pounds fell off pretty quick. Yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah. And even, such things such as like high fructose corn syrup. At one point, they were putting on it that's natural sugar because it comes from corn. You know, they literally take the sweetness out of corn and amplify it and call it sugar. High fructose corn syrup is what it is. And there's nothing it becomes non-natural when you take it to the science lab.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we're doing that to ourselves. The blood sugar is through the roof. Heart disease. Yeah. Heart disease did not used to exist.
Yeah, when people had to do, I don't know, manual labor.
Correct. When you had to do manual labor, when the families were cooking, there wasn't all these fast food restaurants. There wasn't all these...
I like the way you said that.
Yeah.
Restaurants.
And there wasn't all these boxed foods. You know, you had to cook the stuff.
Yeah, everything is so super processed.
Right.
And it's ugly.
Yeah.
My insides are ugly.
We're doing it to ourselves.
I ate a Hot Pocket yesterday, and I still feel it.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah. It's so... It's scary because it's only like, but you know what? At the same time, it's almost as if we can truly reverse everything we're doing.
Oh, for
everything
sure.
We've done. Yeah. And you know, now our generation is bringing on a health craze. We're making a difference as far as healthy choices.
Yeah.
As far as the things we decide to put in our body. You see a lot more trends of just healthiness, you know, so that's positive. We can actually instill that into our kids. And now, so we got so many people on this health craze. Now it's time to change the generation and get us on self-discipline as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that could just lead into a whole nother story on what differences can be made.
Right.
But back to the planet, I truly believe that our generation could also make a difference to where we do less things. like driving cars. Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with, like, okay, we live in a small town. I truly believe we live in a town small enough to where scooters should be on the street more instead of cars.
Oh, for sure. Like more battery powered stuff.
Even, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Electrical scooters. Like, they have some that you can sit on. You don't have to stand on them the whole time, but you can sit on. Like, imagine if there was, for one, it'd be safer for motorcycles and scooters because more people will be aware of them because they're used to seeing people on them.
Oh yeah, true.
So, but as far as the ozone, the smog and all that, like, truly we can make a difference. I'm almost thinking about maybe we should open a scooter store.
That would be cool. I mean, it's the same thing. The reason why I feel like we don't see that is because the industries that are already in place are making so much money.
Right.
Like the fuel, like fossil fuels and stuff. Like,
Right.
To get an entire, like, this has been the way it's been for 80 plus years now.
Right.
When were cars invented? I don't know. I
don't even
probably
know.
shorted it a little bit, but that industry is so powerful.
Right.
Like, it's
Even if they don't want to,
they're shutting people down that are creating this new technology.
Right. But they can't touch Tesla, though. Isn't that crazy?
Oh yeah.
But see, let's say even if everybody went
God
to
bless the
mopeds,
glitch.
correct.
You know, put it on a shirt.
So if imagine if like everybody went to mopeds, like 50cc mopeds, they get what, like 100 miles to the gallon.
What's the top speed on that?
Not much.
That won't
Maybe
do
30.
for me.
Maybe 30.
Right, which is the
Enough to
speed
get us-
limit through most of this town.
And most cities, like the inner city, the neighborhoods is what, 20? So you'll be fine, you know?
Right. Just leave 5 minutes earlier.
Correct.
I'm going to be late for everything. I just want.
But it would make a difference.
It would make a
It would
difference.
make a huge difference. And people would be more aware, and it'd be safer for people on motorcycles.
Yeah.
You know, it could truly make a difference.
I feel like this whole situation is bringing a light to all of this.
It is.
Like, in a way that we didn't know we needed.
Right.
And it just, you could definitely be more mindful of how you're living, and that goes even into like your use of plastics and like reusable items and recycling and all of that stuff. Like, there's a way to do life that is still convenient and still easy to do without, you know, hurting everything else around us.
Right. Right.
How many turtles didn't get straws up their noses this last couple of months?
Yeah, because everybody's been going to them paper. Have you drank out of one of those paper straws?
Dude, okay, so whenever I left my last job, I had a dinner with a couple of people, almost as like a celebration for me, like, because I hated where I was working. But while I was waiting for people to show up, there's like this little, you know, at La Cantera, there's that kind of by, what's that place called? The Whiskey Cake.
Yeah.
Kind of right over there. There's that that little hut that does margaritas and stuff.
I don't know about this place.
I don't know. It's like a little tiny standalone right in the middle of everything, cantina type. I don't know. Well, they served me this margarita with a paper straw.
Ugh.
That was so small that like I couldn't get the chunks of ice. Like, it was pretty icy, not
Was
so
it
much
brown
frothy.
and you could see the line down the...
I think it was black. It was fully black. But not only could I not drink out of it, but immediately it was already, like, within 30 seconds of him putting it in the drink, it was so soggy that, like, whenever I would apply any suction,
it just
like, the
closed,
top of it
collapsed.
closed.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I get a different straw, please? This isn't working. And he handed me one that I guess was made for, like, milkshakes, but it was still super thin, and it wasn't even any better. I was like,
right.
what is... Like,
screw that.
I get what you're doing, but do it right. Like,
Right.
you can't serve a thing that requires something with structure in a paper straw.
Right. I have these reusable straws that I bought for my Yetis, and they're rubber. They're like very pliable.
Yeah.
They're rubber. They're pretty thick.
I like that.
And it's pretty dope. Like, go to that. Not these. And I have this weird thing where, like, oh man, so it's almost like nails on a chalkboard. I was drinking out of that paper straw, and I'm getting chills thinking about it. and it like rubbed against my teeth.
Ew.
And it was like, you ever did that with cardboard? Do it with a piece of cardboard. If you're listening
Hard
to
time.
this, I want you to go through this.
Go put some trash in your mouth.
Take a piece of cardboard and rub it on your teeth. It's annoying.
Especially if it squeaks.
Yeah, it
It's
just
awful.
bothered me so bad.
Have you seen that straw challenge that they're doing on TikTok with the paper towel roll?
Yes,
And
bro.
they're all choking.
People are dumb.
They're so dumb. And it
But
makes
it's
me laugh.
crazy how much they suck up, like almost the whole glass, and then just immediately.
And your tiny little throat hole's not made for
Yeah.
that. Of course you're going to choke.
Yeah, it's crazy how much, like literally one whole glass at a time.
Yeah, nuts. Anyway, you were saying with the cardboard straw.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Oh, for sure.
I hate people.
Yeah, you know that reminds me. The straw that I drink out of every day
Right.
is a hard plastic, but it's reusable. Like
Right,
it's made
that's
for that.
yeah.
And I remember when I first started working where we are, Jacob came up to me and he's like, "Why do you drink out of a straw?" Like he was so dead serious. Like
Mad that you were
questioning-
drinking out of a
He's
straw.
like, "Why do you always drink out of a straw?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, I kind of have sensitive teeth, so if I'm drinking and I like really cold water, so if I'm
Right.
drinking out of the mouth spigot or whatever you want to call it, spittle, it hurts my teeth. So I drink with the straw." And he was like, "That don't make no sense." I was like, wow, "I don't know. Okay,
I don't know.
I don't know where."
For one, why am I having to explain?
Why
why
am I
am I defending myself
Yeah, why am I being interrogated? But
over this straw?
it made me laugh. And he asked me. I think it was like every other day for 1.5 weeks. Like, you know, I
Just
was
kept
like,
asking.
bro. I don't know. I prefer it.
That's hilarious.
He's a weirdo.
So check this out. In Hong Kong, the factories have been like shut down. Hong Kong's not letting any movement happen, right? They said their skies have been bluer than they've seen in decades.
Yeah.
Yeah, the air quality is actually good now over there. And they show like this so they show this heat image, this thermal energy, this thermal image
Yeah.
side by side, and the difference is literally night and day as far as the heat and the smog goes. You know, the sad part is in order for us to see all this and understand all this is happening, we have to go through this crisis to see what we're actually doing.
Yeah.
to
People
this
had to
earth.
literally die.
Yeah, to actually see that, we are. People are literally saying, like, because I was listening to them before, and they're literally talking about, saying the cow farts are worse than all the cars. They're saying cow farts are messing up the ozone way where I've never driven by a field or up to a field full of cows and like, dang, you see all that smog?
Right.
No, but I've driven down to the inner city and seen it.
Yeah.
You know, could you imagine driving through a huge smog of cow farts?
Yeah. I used to live with my dad. He's gonna hate me when he hears this.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, the Earth is literally taking a breath for the first time
Right.
in forever, and maybe it's a little dark to look at it this way, but I feel like we were due for something like this.
Yeah.
Like what? Every 100 years, there's like a major plague of some kind.
Right.
Like, of course, it's gonna happen.
Right.
But
do you watch TED Talks?
sometimes.
Yeah. Did you see Bill Gates on it?
No.
So Bill Gates actually, I don't even remember how long ago he was on it, but Bill Gates actually mentions this, and he says that, war and all this other stuff is not what we have to worry about wiping us out. He
Yeah.
says if anything's going to cripple us, it's going to be a virus.
Oh, for sure.
And he goes on to this hour plus long speech about how this virus can destroy us and knock us and cripple us. And look at this, like, it's so true on how it's actually happening, and so fast it's happening.
Yeah. What was it? There was this psychic that apparently is dead now that hold on, predicted the corona.
A psychic, huh?
Yeah. And you
And
can take this with a grain of salt. Like, I don't know what I believe about all of that, but there
I'm
was
huge into conspiracies.
basically this, I can't remember, I can't even find the article. I can't remember what her name was, but she said that
Miss Cleo.
Let me tell you, baby. She predicted that there was going to be this virus that comes in and wipes out a bunch of people, and then it'll go away for about 10 years, come back, and then vanish completely.
Huh.
And she said in 2020 it'll be like a pneumonia-like virus, which is kind of what the corona is.
Correct.
And that, I mean, that's a little, you know,
ammonia's scary.
shaking.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know how I want to say that.
And now she's dead. How did she die? Accidental axe to the head or something?
Right. Accidental suicide.
Yeah.
The Clintons, man, they're just they're out there getting
The
everybody.
Clintons, right?
I wish I could find what her name was even. And you know, I believe that there are people that have a different insight into, you know, what could happen in the future.
Right.
I definitely, I guess I would subscribe to calling it a prophet rather than a psychic.
Well, yeah, in the everyday world, we call them crazy.
Yeah, I fully believe that there are people that are gifted with like visions and dreams and premonitions, I guess, of
Can we call them mutants, like X-Men? I think if I had I think if I had a power, I'd want to be called a mutant.
Yeah?
Heck yeah, bro.
You don't think it's like derogatory?
No, then I'm an X-Man.
But then would you prefer that they called you an X-Men instead of...
Well, X-Men's are mutants.
An X-Men?
They were... I don't know. Now you're confusing me. I want to be an X-Man.
So, yeah.
Damn it.
So I like being associated with that good force known as the X-Men, but I feel like mutant...
There's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's fair, but that's a different universe.
I'm built like Raphael.
Oh yeah, look at them titties. The way that
the
way that they refer to I meant pecs. They're nice. I would put my face there. The way that they refer to them in the X-Men movies is almost like the N-word of different people.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it was. Yeah,
and it's sad.
Yeah.
What else would you call them?
I don't know.
Enhanced humans? Homo sapiens.
Better humans.
Better boys.
Better boys.
We're the better boys.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy, but it's still so psychic.
Yeah, but the crazy part of that is that she's dead. I want to know why.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was.
We're
natural.
not going to get answers. We're not going to get the right answer. Let's put it like that.
Okay, I actually found her name.
Okay.
Her name. Oh, and she says this says she's non-psychic.
Oh, really?
But she wrote a book. Her name is Sylvia Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And the actual statement says, in around 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe, attacking the lungs and the bronchial tubes and resisting all known treatments. Almost more baffling than the illness itself will be the fact that it will suddenly vanish as quickly as it arrived and attack again 10 years later and then disappear completely.
So in
Let
2030...
me find out that this all goes away in 2 weeks, like, I don't know, like the black and blue dress or, you know, any other media-based...
Well, then you and our good friend Cassidy... Well, actually Cassidy, because Cassidy is so anti... He is so anti. What's the word we just used? Conspiracy. He is so against conspiracies.
He almost gets offended if we start talking about it.
He gets so offended if
we
talk
love you,
about it.
but you're nuts.
But yeah, if you don't believe there's conspiracies through the government, you haven't read your history books.
Yeah. There's definitely stuff going down, and that has been going down since the beginning of time, and you're insane if you don't believe it.
Right.
I mean, of course, we don't have all the proof.
No, but it's in the history books
also,
too. Like,
nobody's really sure about how humans came to be.
Exactly.
You know? So
yeah. And you know,
just because you don't have all the facts doesn't mean it's not true.
There's so many, like, trails of tears, slavery. Like, don't tell me there's not conspiracies. You know.
What do you mean?
Trails of tears?
Yeah. No. I've heard of that, but what do you like? How is slavery a conspiracy?
No, it's not a conspiracy, but conspiracies can easily. If slavery could happen, conspiracies can happen.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If
kinda
the government can literally have a whole nation of slaves,
Oh yeah,
then they can easily
yeah. If they can make it okay for us to own other people,
right.
Well, yeah, there's
Conspiracies
no
can easily happen, easily. Just like, okay, let's say, never mind. That's a whole nother subject we'll talk about.
I mean, we got time.
No. Back to this planet and how the coronavirus is actually. So what the lady is saying, conspiracy. What
Say
the
it
lady is
less.
saying that, so in 2030, so this is going to disappear, and in 2030 pop back up.
I guess so, if the timeline is correct.
Huh. Yeah, I feel like we should mark this down.
Hey, it's in a book.
No.
So someone did.
No, for us. That way 10 years
I'll put it in your
of this
Google
podcast,
calendar.
we can bring it back up.
That's fair. Wow, you think we'd do this for 10 years?
I think so.
I think it's possible.
I think it's possible.
That'd be cool.
I want to be on Joe Rogan's level.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, if you hear this,
Hey,
bro,
Joe.
hit your boy up.
For sure. We'll come on your show.
I think we should just, like, Google his address and show up.
Yeah, I feel like that's never a good idea.
No?
No, not at all. Like, I've actually watched two of my favorite YouTubers. They are actually a couple. It's Jenna Marbles and Julian Solomita. If you don't know them, you're missing out because they're freaking great people. But they, at the house that they lived in before the one that they're at now, somebody found the address and people were showing up knocking on their door, and they made this, like, a couple of videos about it where they're like, hey, number one, this is not okay. This is where we live. Like,
right.
I know there's an assumed familiarity with the content we make. Like, we want you to feel like you're a part of our lives and that we're friends, but truth be told, you know us, we don't know you.
Right.
And they're like, we feel like we're in danger and we can't leave to go, live our normal lives because people are showing up.
Yeah, that's
terrifying.
That's scary. But Joe Rogan's a badass, so I think he'll be okay with it.
Oh yeah, he'll give somebody some sweet chin music real quick.
Yeah, Joe Rogan is he's a beast. So,
but yeah, that'd be dope. I giggled earlier because I don't know why that clip of Donald Trump saying China.
yeah, the way he does his lips bothers me. China.
I was typing it in. I don't know why.
China. China.
There's a 10-hour long video of
It's
Trump
10
saying
hours.
just people editing it.
Who
together.
has that time?
I don't know, but I want to know how their YouTube channel allows that, because currently the podcast YouTube channel won't allow us to upload videos more than 15 minutes long.
Right.
So somebody needs to tell me what they're doing to upload 10 hours of China.
But YouTube is such a powerful. I love YouTube, and I can't wait for us to be on it.
Yeah. We're getting closer.
Yeah. I got this bad tablet now. This new iPad Pro.
It's beautiful.
We're not sponsored by Apple. I don't even like Apple, but I got this new tablet, this new iPad. And let me tell you, folks.
It's a gateway.
It is amazing. And I just want to point out to everybody that I literally have this a week and a half before it's released.
Boom.
Yes, I am someone.
I am connected.
But so back to this. Oh man, the power of the battery. The power of the battery could literally fix this global warming.
Oh yeah.
They have this generator, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm in Costco's, and this guy has a generator in there he's running a deep freezer and a refrigerator, and I believe he had like a lamp hooked up to it.
Yeah.
All off of a generator that's solar powered.
How loud was it? Or was it
was
at all?
silent. It was
that's
100% silent.
That's a beautiful thing.
And he literally, you can charge it with the sun. It was like a $4,000 generator,
Yeah.
but come on.
I think that might be the main thing, is the price point on that technology is nuts. Like, if you want to make it implementable, if that's even a word, across, a large
Right.
market, i.e. the United States or any other largely populated land.
Here's the thing.
You need to make it affordable.
Here's what I don't understand. Why is it so unaffordable if we're charging it, like we're using the sun to charge it?
Right.
We can use the wind, the water to charge things. Why is that so expensive?
Because somebody's got to make
The
money
water's
off of it.
free.
Yeah.
The wind is free. The sun is free. But yet I'm having to pay thousands of dollars for this.
To build an equipment that can
Right.
process that.
And that would be
Kinetic
awesome for my
energy.
fishing trips.
Right.
That would like make my fishing trips so much better.
And
I have a generator though. But it's loud.
That's
And
a loud little puppy.
Yeah, that little thing is roars. But I have a 100-foot extension cord, so I can set it off 100 feet. But
Right.
at the same time, it runs off gas. I have to put more gas in it. When I could just set it out in the sun all day, and boom, we going all night.
Right.
That'd
be sick.
Charge our phones. I'm waiting on Tesla to release a boat.
You think that'll ever happen?
Heck yeah, bro. They're releasing 18-wheelers and stuff. Like solar power.
That's true.
Bro, if they release a boat, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would have to be some kind of solar situation involved because, I mean, the battery-powered cars makes a lot more sense because you're on land and you can still get to it. But if you're in the middle of a body of water and somebody doesn't also have like a way to tow you in, like, what are you going to do?
Right. But imagine you
Swim
being
hard.
out there, it's just charging all day.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah.
And I imagine quieter.
I'm finna text Elon Musk right now. I'm just playing people.
Tell him I said hi.
I'm not that famous yet.
I like the positivity.
Yeah, it's coming.
I like the yet.
It's definitely coming.
I fully support that.
Yeah, it's definitely coming. China. You can just randomly do that and I'll be okay with it.
I need a button.
Hey, so you know what's funny? Since we got random things popping up, so I was talking to my uncle.
Yeah.
And he was talking about last week's podcast. And so he truly thought, remember in the podcast I said, somebody's going to think we're joking that nobody is here.
Oh yeah.
He said literally right before I said that, he was thinking that. He's like, man, there's nobody in there. They're just clowning around.
Did he text you or like, what are you?
I was talking to him FaceTime through Facebook and then finally, so I'm so glad he finally said something at the end of that episode.
That's so funny. It still makes me laugh. I listened back to it or listened to it. Had a stroke. I listened to it. Whoa. I listened to it an earlier time from now. And it just makes me laugh. And he's like, you guys have a good one. He said he's coming on next week.
Is he?
Yeah.
We'll see.
He said, give me a week to mentally prepare.
Oh, yeah. I was standing there when he said this.
So, Cassidy, if you're listening to this is...
you are being held accountable.
Yeah, this is out in the ether, and we are expecting it, and so are our audience. So
yeah. Yeah.
It's happening.
We should get him on here and talk about nothing but conspiracies. just keep bringing it up.
I'm pissed. He flips the table and leaves.
And just leaves.
Like, that's kind of expensive, and the neighbors downstairs didn't appreciate it.
Amanda did not like that.
Yo, we shouldn't say the names.
Your downstairs neighbors. He's got some creeps. But anyway,
you know what though? Her mom is actually pretty nice.
Is she?
Like, she's a sweetheart, but I just can't stand the cigarette smoke all day.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go sit on my patio. She asked me
if I was a killer. Like,
why
did
her
that
daughter
cross your mind?
is something else. Did Cassidy tell you the day that he was walking by and he had all his kids with him, and she's like, "Are those your kids?"
Oh yes.
Where do you think I got?
No,
them?
I stole them. Yeah.
God, he looks kind of like you would steal them from the
Oh, that is hilarious.
Cassidy, don't hate me. I love you, man.
China.
He's all, yeah, we're about to go have a contest of who can eat the most Tylenol PMs.
I want in on it.
Yeah.
I'll win.
You know, when I was competing, when I was fighting, I had a huge sleeping problem.
Yeah. Like huge you slept too much? Or
no, I didn't sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep at all when I was training.
Like the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah. And I remember one time I literally, man, I think I took 5 or 6 Tylenol PMs and slept like 2 hours.
No kidding.
Yeah,
that would put me out for a week.
No, man. It was bad. I was pissed. I was like, just end it already.
Yeah. one of our friends finally got me hooked on these.
Oh yeah,
They're like CBD and melatonin.
yeah,
Melatonin gummies.
melatonin.
And dude, I'm glad I didn't take it the day before I had to work.
Yeah,
I took it, the night of my day off. And even though I took it a little late, I took it probably about 10:30.
Right.
I slept till almost 2 o'clock.
Dang.
Like I woke up maybe around 1 and I was wide awake and I was like, well, I guess that didn't work. And then I went and took a piss and laid back down and I was like, whoa, man, like these are actually, like I wasn't thinking about stuff.
Right.
Like the CBD really helped. I fully support that stuff. It was amazing. And then I also had a really weird dream and woke up that night slapping my own ass. And I'm not even gonna, I'm not going to elaborate because I can't. Like, I just don't know. I could not explain it even if I wanted to.
That is weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't. I don't want to
blame. Say that again.
I don't want to blame the gummy because I don't think that is even correlated.
You woke up doing what?
I've woken up doing some weird shit before. Like, that night, I literally reared back and slapped my own ass and woke myself up.
Wow.
It was very weird. I've woken up screaming or like moaning, I guess. I don't know. I'll just be like asleep and all of a sudden I'll be like, and then I'll wake up.
What in the world is going on?
I don't know. It's a little crazy up there.
I don't know. It could be global warming.
Could be.
You go over to China.
Could be China.
Could be. That's very well could be. So, I have no idea what's going on in Hunter's head. But,
my mom dropped me once.
She stood next to the microwave.
She doesn't listen to the podcast and it pisses me off. She straight up dropped me out of a basket. She pushed me. She's like, you're being a little shit. She pushed me and I fell. I'm just kidding. She didn't do that. But she did lock me in a hot car once for about 4 hours.
Wow, and you survived?
Yep.
Dang it.
Oh, wow.
So, check this out. Do you believe that global warming could affect the bees?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So, do you think that with this, that maybe we could have like a boom back in the bees? Because they labeled bees the most important species on Earth. Mm-hmm. Okay? But they also have documentaries on like where did all the bees go?
Yeah.
And because bees are disappearing. People are killing them. They're just disappearing.
Yeah. And they are highly responsible for, what is it? Like some crazy percentage, 78% of the pollination of every plant.
Correct. So I'm wondering if like smog in cities, because the smog in the cities and all that, because you see the beekeepers, right? They use smoke and
to calm them down.
To calm them down, and I think too much will kill them.
Well, yeah, I mean, too much of anything not oxygen will kill.
Right. So I'm wondering if the smog has a lot to do with the disappearing.
I think it's not just that, but it's the literal paving of every natural resource on the planet. Like if we're cutting down every plant that gives us oxygen to put up a skyscraper, like of course.
I wonder though. I really wonder if we're going to see a spike in bees due to this lack of movement.
I mean, we're seeing a spike in a lot of different wildlife currently.
Really?
In different areas. Not necessarily that they're being, born again in these places, but like the dolphins coming back to Italy or the canals in Italy and stuff. Yeah, I fully believe, especially with social distancing.
I really wonder if
people
now,
not being out in parks and stuff. Like, of course, I definitely believe that.
I really wonder if now these large corporations, or if even the government, if CNN is speaking on it, there's a difference being made. Yeah. And I wonder if now it's going to wake a lot of these large companies up and say, maybe we should move to a cleaner earth.
Yeah, I definitely believe that there should be higher regulations on emissions and things like that.
Correct.
And people should stop dying for,
cancer.
Creating.
I think we'd see a tremendous drop in cancer.
Yeah, didn't you say there was a doctor? No, it was AIDS, wasn't it?
AIDS, yeah, that was AIDS.
Yeah.
That doctor that he's healed like 13 people with AIDS. Mm-hmm. And just from high alkalized waters and plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
There was my parents used to have this little machine called a Kangen water machine, and it would change like, and I don't know the science behind all of it, or if what I'm about to say is even truly possible, but apparently it would change the size of the water molecule to make it smaller so that it could penetrate your cells easier and get you hydrated quicker.
Oh, wow.
And it would also change the pH level of the water so you could actually use water as a like a cleaning agent if you made it super acidic or super basic. And then if you were drinking high alkaline water, making your body alkaline, that meant having to cut down on like coffee and soda and sugars and things like that. But people were getting off of like diabetic medication. What's that? Insulin. And different things like that, like full on long term body affecting illnesses
just from
were
alkalized
being
water
eradicated.
Yeah, this was broke down to me. It was broke down to me like this: we need more alkalization in our bodies. When you go to the hospital, the first thing they do is hook you up to an IV. They don't even check to see if you're dehydrated. They immediately just hook you up to it because they already know your body is dehydrated. They already know you're not getting enough oxygen. They already know your plants and the water you're drinking is depleted of what used to be in it.
Yeah.
They already know that.
Plus all of the dissolved solids and chemicals and shit that's in just like our tap water, which a lot of people still drink because we don't have a choice. You know, like not everybody can afford to go buy a bunch of plastic bottles of water.
Right.
Which are proven to not even be that good for you either.
Right.
It's tap water inside of plastic, which you're getting the chemicals from the plastic too. So I don't know.
That's why I like to get the spring waters.
Even still, like invest in a more sustainable way to do that. Like even that pure filter, it's not even one of the best ones that I have on my sink.
So are you saying that I should buy bottled water and then drink that bottled water through a life straw?
It'd probably be more beneficial for you. Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
Well,
the chemicals in it alone, just from the plastics.
Right.
Like, yes, absolutely.
That's crazy.
There was a video that I watched and posted to Facebook not too long ago about this brand called Zero Water.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
I've heard of
they
Zero.
make these filters, and they actually send you a water tester with their filters, so you can see how many dissolved solids are in your water.
That's crazy.
And they did want like the next best thing to their filter was a reverse osmosis machine.
Right. But reverse
People can't all
osmosis
afford
literally
those.
takes everything out, though. I don't know how.
Yeah, they're great. I definitely, the house I used to live in had one, and I miss that.
Yeah, but I think it works too good that it even takes the alkalization out the water too, right?
I don't think so. It just takes out like the chlorine and the like all of the awful stuff that you shouldn't be drinking anyway.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah. I truly believe that if our cities regulated that part better, like if there was, you've got to have a way, obviously, to cleanse the water to get to people. And God knows the pipes that were buried under your city are rusty.
Yeah.
Or you know, deteriorating. Yeah, there's something, you're getting something regardless of what you do. But I think that there definitely needs to be a better regulation on things like fluoride and chlorine and all those other things that go into the water.
Fluoride is not good for you.
And I guarantee you, if that were to happen and there was a more like a healthier way to get it to people, that you would see certain diseases like cancer and things like that
just decline
dramatically. Yeah.
It would be, but they don't want to spend that time or money. Speaking of the pipes under the ground and all that rusting, that's exactly what happened in Flint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
And that's why their water's all brown and gross.
Yeah, full of lead.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just crazy what we're doing to this world. And it's crazy that it's literally taken a virus to wake this up and see the difference that is produced from it.
Yeah, we got to do something better, like as a species.
Yeah,
because I mean, Elon is making great strides, but who else is finding other planets, like, that are sustainable if we had to leave this one. Or how are we going to get there?
We can't.
All
and
of that,
who would
all
go?
of that is
The only
such a
people.
fantasy.
Here's the crazy part, right? So I was watching that movie 2012, and people are paying billions of dollars to get on these boats to survive. So the people that can't afford these, or everybody's going to die. The only people that are going to live are the rich billionaires, right? Now, here's the part about that. After everybody dies and only the rich billionaires are left, they're not going to make it much longer either, because they're not willing to do the work that all the people that couldn't afford to live would do.
That's exactly what I was thinking as you were saying.
You know what I'm saying? So they're going to lose out on a lot of things.
Yeah, you can't recolonize an entire planet.
Exactly.
If you're not willing to dig around a little bit.
There's a lot of things that's above them that would not get done.
Yeah. I'm too good to, create a sewage system. How would I wonder how that would actually play out though. Say that did happen. Who goes over first? I mean, clearly there's got to be like engineers and things that go over, to start mapping this stuff out.
Right.
But then like they're going to need people that can build.
That are, it's not even that can. They would have the idea of doing it. They could even have the engineering and the mind to do it, but they wouldn't be willing to. It's beneath them to do it at that point.
Yeah.
No, my job is to design it, not to do it.
Yeah, you're going to get a little dirt underneath your pedicure, honey.
Yeah.
You got to do something.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They would not make it long because they wouldn't be willing to do the work.
That's why I think even now, like, there are select people still alive. I would say it's a much smaller group and daily decreasing, as every one of them dies. But like, there's not a lot of people left, I feel like, that are able to restart. Say something crazy did happen, even here on Earth with the resources that we do have. Say that our grid was knocked out, we didn't have electricity. Who's making shirts?
Yeah.
Like who?
How long would it be before we could make another phone call? Who's going to design and do all this?
Right.
If we was to go to the days like in Book of Eli after the Flash, how long would it be before anything else gets made?
Who's gonna be our next? Who's the lightning guy? It wasn't Jefferson, but that's
no, it was
in my
Ben
head for some
Franklin.
reason. Really?
Benjamin Franklin.
Was it?
Yeah.
I believe you. I'm just like, well, I don't know how I
Now I'm
forgot that.
questioning it.
Yeah. Who's gonna reinvent electricity? How are they gonna make it work?
Right. We have the idea of it.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure this particular thing will not wipe out every single person who has the know-how, but it's just like it's crazy to me to think that.
Right. It's crazy that the people that are willing to that have built America and have made actually everything happen, not just the people with the idea, but the people that have made it happen.
Yeah, they're all dead now.
They're the ones that are going to get wiped out because they can't afford to do everything, because they can't afford to survive. And then when shit hits the fan, who's going to do it?
Yeah, and I feel this gets into a different conversation for probably another podcast, but I feel like that kind of speaks to the education system that we have right now. Like,
exactly.
we need to find a better way to not make the children conform to this structure, but have the education system conform to the individual learner. Because there's people like, I didn't learn well by reading in a book. Like, I learned better through experience and hands-on stuff. Had I had that my entire childhood, like if you had taught me how to do my taxes by having me do taxes, or other than instead of learning the Pythagorean theorem that I still have never used, fix it so where those people can save us one day, potentially.
Even such things as simple things that need to be learned, like everybody buys soap and bathes with soap.
Yeah.
Who can make soap?
I've got an idea.
Right.
I know you can do it with like lard and bleach. Or like lard.
No, lard.
Just kidding.
Lard and lye.
Lard, yeah.
There's a whole process to it.
Yeah.
Like who?
Oh, I'm getting a chemical burn for sure. Because
Yeah.
I'll try to make something.
Like
jacked up.
who's gonna make soap? Something as simple as soap.
Yeah.
Everybody that goes to the store and buys milk.
We all fit in a stink.
Yeah. Let's say everybody goes to the store, they buy milk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is literally freaking out buying 6 to 7 gallons of milk.
Who drinks that much milk?
To give it to their kids and to have it at their house because they're worried about milk. But not one person knows how to go get that milk from the cow and go through the process of getting it to where you can drink it.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Yep.
That's why these stores are gone out of milk because let's say that that there was no re-up. Once those 6 gallons are gone, what are you going to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do?
Start nursing again, I guess.
Yeah, just magically start nursing? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Apparently guys can do that too.
I don't know. I don't even want to get into that. I don't even want to think about that. I'm not interested.
Feed from my bosoms there.
Yeah, I'm not interested. You know.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's like there's so much more that we can teach these kids than just the Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah, put trades in school.
Yeah, big time.
Absolutely put trades in
Trades
school.
need to go back in school. I heard they're trying to take wood shop out of school and stuff, and it's like,
Kill yourself.
yeah, that needs to be learned.
Yeah, for sure. Because, I mean, my ass doesn't know how to build a house. And I
Right.
certainly didn't have the desire as a kid to learn how to do stuff like that.
Right. I remember I did this program as a kid called it was called If I Had a Hammer.
Uh-huh.
And we literally went and we built like this little, they told us it was a house, but it was more like a little shed. But it gave us that idea of, and it was an amazing program.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I guarantee you that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
You
The
know.
coolest thing I ever built in, like, high school was a trebuchet.
A what?
A trebuchet. It's a type of catapult.
What?
I think that's the right word. Yeah. It's
Wow.
It's the one that is... I can't remember if it was spring loaded or if it's like weighted to where it like flings around.
Right.
And I don't know. It was still pretty cool.
That's pretty dope.
We had to do it for like physics.
That was pretty dope.
But other than that, learning how to launch shit, of course, I'm so into that. But when I was a kid, dude, I was so like, let me write my poetry and like,
Yeah.
let me, go hide somewhere and make sad music.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't thinking about building a house. So for the young people that are out there that do enjoy that stuff and want
Yeah.
to, why the hell would you take that away?
Right. Run to that. In middle school, I took wood shop. And I remember doing wood shop at the boys club. It was just the boys club at that point.
Yeah.
And
Before girls wanted to be boys.
right. So in wood shop, I got to build a rocking chair. I learned how to stain wood. I learned how to paint. I learned a lot. I think my sister even took it in. I think she built like a dresser or something. And these are things that need to be taught.
Yeah. And
Like,
this is why you will live and I will not.
I could literally build a house from the ground up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can do that.
That plus you know how to like hunt and fish.
Yeah.
I never really did that growing up.
Yeah.
I don't know where tacos live. Like I'm screwed.
I don't. Where can I hunt a taco?
For real.
Yeah. And these are things that I really feel like if we were to get back to the basics and actually teach kids how to build this stuff and how to do these things, things like global warming would be things like this. It wouldn't take a virus for us to realize the damage we're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. That whole scenario just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like,
and we're talking a matter of weeks.
Yeah, but we knew. Like we've known how bad
Right.
we've been treating the planet. We've known how everything has been affecting it. And yet we still, even now through the coronavirus, we haven't done nothing
At all.
what's going to be implemented. And that's like I said earlier, you get into an ethical issue about and I'm not saying the government needs to control this because God knows they got their hand in enough bowls.
Yeah.
But like there needs to be some kind of thing where like humans get together as a whole and we're like, okay, we need to check what's going on and fix it.
That's an amazing point. We shouldn't have to lean on the government to tell us, hey, we need to clean up the planet. No, us as a whole, us as humans can actually clean the planet.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Start going towards more energy efficient things. Things that aren't putting out. Let the cow farts do it. You know what I'm saying? Literally, to where we can start buying more mopeds, start buying electric scooters, start buying these things that we can travel with.
Yeah, support these industries that, and even small companies that are trying to make a difference, because
Heck yeah.
of course, like it's gonna be a fight the entire time.
Yeah. But what's crazy is like
But
you
if you keep going against it, like eventually something's gonna change.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it's going to have to. They're going to have to. It's crazy how, like, you go to a grocery store, right? And the non-healthy foods, you can go to McDonald's and buy a whole meal for like $7. And then you go to the store and like one bag of vegetables is $7.
Yeah.
And it's like, how? Why is the healthy stuff so much more than the non-healthy stuff when you have to do more to the non-healthy stuff?
I think it definitely feeds into the conspiracies against the pharmaceutical industry.
Yeah.
Like, they want to keep people sick, so
Right.
they keep buying drugs to.
Like organic products, no pesticides, no nothing.
Yeah, why is that not a standard?
How is that more expensive? Because then the stuff that has the pesticides and stuff, because in order for the pesticides and stuff, right, that costs more money to grow than it did, because you had to spray it with all this other stuff, fertilizers and all this other stuff you're doing to this plant. But this one is grown naturally with no pesticides and stuff. Less work. How does that cost more than the pesticides?
I don't know. I honestly don't even know if it's less work necessarily, because you have to have some kind of pest control.
Right.
And some kind of, are they grown in greenhouses, like where they can?
Maybe. I don't know. But I know they're not spraying it with a chemical, but this other one is. I have to wash this other one before I eat it.
Yeah.
Which means there's
All that
something that was
wax
placed
and
on it
shit,
that
too,
costs
huh?
more money than that was put into this organic one.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Fix it, humans.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I watched this commercial and they had put some fruit in this solution that cleans it for you before you can eat it. And when they took the fruit out, there was like so much stuff floating in that water.
Oh, I genuinely didn't read it. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah. And I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that are ignorant to it.
Yeah.
Or be like me, like, I should, but I'm not gonna spend 20 minutes washing a potato or like any other thing. Like I give it a good one.
Potatoes, and you can grow your own potatoes so easily.
Yeah, we accidentally grew some in our pantry one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and my cousins, we forgot that there was a bag of them down there, like in the bottom of the pantry, and they literally started sprouting on their own.
Right. It's so easy to grow your own potatoes.
Yeah. It's so easy to do a lot of things. Like, truthfully, if you watch one less Netflix special and spend a little time out in your backyard gardening or something, or even on your patio in an apartment, like, it's doable to have, as long as you're not creating, I don't know, whatever, a giant mess for anybody.
Right.
Like, it's so possible to grow your own food and to be more self-sustainable.
Yeah. But
it's so much more convenient to put an order, in your phone and have somebody deliver your groceries to your house.
That's where this world's coming to.
Yeah.
So it's
because people, you have time.
Yeah.
You have the time. Like, you spent 2 hours on the shitter watching Facebook videos. Pinch it off, wipe it, and go do something
and
productive.
Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the time.
I really wish there was a way to lower the smog of the inner cities. And how can I put this? Because it's been proven in these last few weeks. I saw pictures of the difference. And there's so many ways, and people have the ideas, but who's shutting them down? Like Prius, okay? Remember there was a huge recall on Prius because they weren't using enough gas.
What?
Yeah, Prius. I want to say it was Prius. It was either Prius or Ford Fusion, one of the two. But there was a huge recall on it because there was a chip in the car and it wasn't using enough gas. It was using more electrical than gas.
That's what I'm saying. These industries are far too powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. And so they had to do a recall and were forced to take that chip out. Massive recall.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. It's scary. But we also give these industries this power too. What's up?
Nothing. I was finding something.
We also, because I'm saying we give these industries this power.
Yeah. There definitely needs to be better regulations on all that stuff because we're gonna die. We're literally gonna die.
We're killing ourselves. We are cancer. Mm-hmm. Which we've said several times on this show already. Yeah. What are you looking up?
Just a little surprise for later.
Uh-oh. I don't like that.
Yeah, man, I don't know. We need to fix some ish, and I think that we've definitely made that point today. But we have passed an hour.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. I think this was a really good show today.
I think so too. What do you think? Fun. People.
I was like, I literally just told you.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the people.
Yeah.
I want feedback. I mean, I got some good feedback. Mm-hmm. I posted it.
You know what? I haven't checked the reviews lately.
No, let's check them.
I'll do that
right here live.
As we speak. But yeah, in the meantime, I guess.
China.
It comes from China. Where can they? I don't know. I'll wait. Here, hold on. What's our show called?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, but what's the show called? Okay, we do have one.
We have a review.
Okay.
Who is it from?
Oh, we've got more. Okay, so you know what I totally forgot to do?
What?
Is shout out two people that donated.
Let's do it.
My buddy JC, thank you so much for supporting us, and Frank. Yeah, any amount helps, and we fully appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so on iTunes.
Okay.
We read Jacob's. Somebody wrote, I think that's the name. I'm not gonna pronounce it right, and I feel like it's probably somebody we know. Lacenia?
Lacenia?
Yeah. I don't know. LaceYna?
No clue.
Lacina? I don't know. I'm awful, and I'm sorry that I just butchered that. But they said, congrats, Jacob and Sam. I love how you guys always say what you feel and don't hold back. The conversations are both insightful and hilarious. Hey.
We love you.
We love you, and thank you for that. And then we have one more from my buddy Frank, and he says, hey, guys, I love y'all's podcast. I really believe you guys hit your stride on episode 7 and 8, which I am writing this as I'm listening to it. Not saying all of them weren't gold because they are. Keep them coming, please. Just keep doing y'all the philosophy, the humor, the informing, and the motivating. I really love to listen on my way home from work, a 45-minute drive.
Dang.
That's crazy. And it's just a mediating conversation to listen to. Or
okay.
Maybe he meant meditating. I don't know. Yes.
Maybe he meant meat eating because it's like eating the meat of the conversation.
He says he talks to the radio like I'm there. Call me crazy. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you're crazy.
That's so beautiful, man. Thank you so much for leaving that review.
Thank you, guys. And if you want a shout out, definitely hit us up. Questions and answers. If you have a question about anything that was spoken about in the podcast, definitely put it in the comments and we will answer that question. You can direct it to a certain person or you can just ask it in a general. That's fine with me.
Yeah. On our social media, we have links to both of our pages and are fully there to have a continuing conversation with you.
Yeah, definitely. Inbox me, inbox Hunter, inbox the
podcast.
The podcast. It doesn't matter. We love you, people.
Absolutely. Again, we're on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, most things at IDK Bro Podcast. And we still have that phone number that I'm so sick of paying for if people aren't going to use it. But it's 210-420-2373. And we literally like send us pictures of you or videos of you listening to the podcast with your friends. Or
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
A question or a voicemail.
Once we get the merch out, definitely we would love to see pictures of the merch.
Oh, hell yeah. I want to see Zarek's face on your chest.
Oh, man. Yes.
But yeah, man, hit us up. Do the dang thing. And if you ever feel so inclined to donate to our Cash App, it's also at IDK Bro Podcast on the Cash App.
All right. Love you, people.
Yeah, we love you guys
and we
so
are
much.
out.
Thank you ever so kindly.
China.
That went by so fast.
You missed it. All right. Bye, guys.